This week we're doing Wild Dark Shore by Charlotte McConaghy. I'm Sarah Lyles.
And I'm Jamie Livingston, and we are so approachable. Sarah, this is one of your picks. Where did this book come from?
Well, a little library, to be exact.
Nice.
Yes. And really, I was on a walk, and there's a really cool little library right by my house, and I thought it was fate because there was 2 copies. And then to find out that it's a thriller, and it just came out March 4th of 2025.
Right. This is the new one.
I was like, all right, this is it.
I like it. I want to jump into what this book is about. So this one, nobody recommended this to us. It just fell into our laps.
Literally.
And I think it'll be interesting. So I'm going to jump into this. A family on a remote island. A mysterious woman washed ashore. A rising storm on the horizon. Dominic Salt and his 3 children are caretakers of Shearwater, a tiny island not far from Antarctica. Home to the world's largest seed bank, Shearwater was once full of researchers, but with sea levels rising, the Salts are now its final inhabitants. Until, during the worst storm the island has ever seen, a woman mysteriously washes ashore.
Isolation has taken its toll on the Salts, but as they nurse the woman, Rowan, back to strength, it begins to feel like she might just be what they need. Rowan, long accustomed to protecting herself, starts imagining a future where she could belong to someone again.
But Rowan isn't telling the whole truth about why she set out for Shearwater. And when she discovers sabotaged radios in a freshly dug grave, she realizes Dominic is keeping his own secrets. As the storms on Shearwater gather force, they all must decide if they can trust each other enough to protect the precious seeds in their care before it's too late, and if they can finally put the tragedies of the past behind them to create something new together.
A novel of breathtaking twist, dizzying beauty, ferocious love, Wild Dark Shore is about the impossible choices we make to protect the people we love, even as the world around us disappears.
Wow. Like, this is so far out in left field, literally Antarctica, like the end of the world.
Yes.
It feels a little apocalyptic, but I don't think it is.
Maybe.
Right?
Actually, reading that, I wonder.
I mean, they're talking about how the ice levels are, like the ice is melting. And so it's, yeah, there's a lot going on here.
It's a whole lot going on, but it seems like Rowan and Dominic have some secrets.
Yes. I really hope there's some penguins in this book.
Well, there might be.
I sure hope so. We talked about it. They're my favorite. We need to see some penguins if we're in Antarctica.
All right. Well, tell me about the author.
All right. Charlotte is an Australian author living in Sydney with her partner and 2 children. She has a master's degree in screenwriting from the Australian Film, Television, and Radio School, and she has a number of published works in Australia. She first did adult literary fiction with Migrations, and that one has been translated into 25 languages and has been adapted into a film. So that's pretty cool. Another one, which was a New York Times bestseller, is Once There Were Wolves. That's a romantic mystery about a biologist charged with reintroducing wolves to the Scottish Highlands.
Oh, little fantasy.
Right?
Yeah.
And then Wild Dark Shore continues her love of romantic thrillers set in beautiful, remote places and explores not only what it takes to raise children in a collapsing world, but the impossible choices we make to protect those we love.
I mean, all right.
She's got an interesting style, that's for sure.
She's got a unique style. Yeah. A few extra things about her. She wrote her first novel as a teenager.
Wow.
Her writing career started young. She began her first novel at age 14 and had it published at 17. Young.
Yeah.
She started out writing fantasy before her breakthrough adult literary fiction. And so she started young with young adult fantasies, science fictions. Yeah, she's all over the place.
All right. Well, this one already has a 4.15 rating on Goodreads.
Wow.
It's new, so it's got about 160,000 ratings, but a lot. 66,000 5 stars, 63,000 4 stars, and like less than 1,300 down in the 1 stars.
Wow.
Why don't we start with the 1 stars? What you got?
All right. Kit gave it a 1 star. It said, I just did not like this book and gave up 3/4 the way through it. Wasn't interesting, wasn't believable. See, I have a hard time when someone can't finish the book because you don't get the full, and mind you, I have DNF'd a book really fast sometimes, but.
You don't leave a rating then.
Right.
Like,
you can't.
yeah.
All
I'm
right,
not here for that.
What's your 1 star?
I have Rachel, and she says, okay, everybody lied about this book. I am truly baffled by the high rating. I guess if you're super into marine life, you'll enjoy this.
Oh.
Too many POVs, past and present, just tossed together chaotically. It's a no for me.
Maybe there's penguins.
Maybe.
Or an octopus, or there's whales, or...
All right, give me a good rating, please.
All right, Keisha gave it 5 stars. She said, if you are desperately looking for a good read, go purchase this book today. I have been in a severe book slump for a while, and after going into several different bookstores, I finally found this. Thank you, Lord, for answering my prayers. I'm only 75 pages in, and I can't put it down.
Okay.
So it must start off strong.
Right. That's also one of the ones where should you be giving a review if you haven't finished the book? I don't know.
Maybe end it with, like, I'll update my review after I
Right.
finish the book.
Yeah. Okay. My 5 star is from Brady Lockerbie. It says, this book just changed my life. I'll be back later with my full thoughts, if I can even put them into words. But until then, I just need to sit and cry for a sec.
Wow. Brady.
Right?
Wow.
Changed my life.
Those are pretty strong words. But again, it does say at the end that they were impossible choices we make to protect the people we love. Mm-hmm. That's a pretty intense statement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And involving kids and protecting our children. So
yeah. That's big. All right. So, fun fact about us. We always like to end with that. My question to you is, would you survive living on a stranded island with only your family?
I think so. I grew up watching Swiss Family Robinson, and I think we could totally do that. I've got Boy Scouts, so they are prepared. We wouldn't get like shipwrecked without anything. Like we would come prepared for this. I mean, we could cut down trees. We could build a tent. We could build an awesome tree house like Swiss Family Robinson. I think that we could fend for ourselves. Would we get along the entire time? Like, is it a big island? Can we each have our own space?
Go to that side of the island. Go to that side of the island.
Right. But honestly, we've talked about like packing up and living on a boat. Mm-hmm. So I feel like this is realistic. We need to figure out if we can live on a stranded island together.
I think that would be easier than living on a boat.
Yeah.
Because at least, like, when you're at sea, I couldn't even imagine.
It needs to be a bigger boat.
It needs to be a big old boat. I don't even know if I could live on a cruise ship. I mean, I don't I could love cruises. I get very seasick, but yeah, I felt like eventually, like, I got to get off this boat. There's not enough to do. Yeah.
What about your family?
I mean, I think that we would have no choice but to figure it out. I think it would bring out the best and the worst of people. I think you would find out everyone's strengths and their weaknesses, including my own. But I also think that, like, if you were put into that situation, you could live like that. I think I would miss talking to people, but...
You start talking to coconuts and...
yeah, being like, what was his name? Like
Wilson,
the volleyball.
Yes,
the volleyball, and start talking to Wilson. I mean, yeah, I just think that could we figure it out? Absolutely. Like, my dad raised me to be very handy, and I would use all the skills I could and try to build something out of, I don't know, build a rock house. I don't know.
Yes, I mean, that could totally work. What about Antarctica? I mean, they're on an island near Antarctica.
Cold.
Could you survive there?
I mean, I'm imagining that there is a house with heat and all those things, but the heat, I mean, how do you get electricity? How do you get all these things? You got to, like, put the fire and, cut down the trees and all that. I mean, I don't love cold. Does that change things? Maybe, yes. What about for you?
I mean, that does change things because you have to have the resources. You have to have, like, the coats and, like, if you just are dumped on a really cold, snowy island, that's a problem.
Yeah, and it sounds like doomsday is coming.
Right. I'm curious. I'm excited to read this just based off of the location.
Yes.
And how remote it is and how do they get by. They're living in a lighthouse, I think it said. That's cool.
But also, how does Rowan get there? I mean, like, how does she survive?
Why are you on a boat near Antarctica?
And if you were dumped in the water...
It's very cold.
It's...
The penguins rescued her.
The penguins
gotta
rescued. The dolphins came and pushed her ashore. But really, like, thinking of that, like we joke about it, but that would be rough. And I mean, the sea is no joke, and it would tear you to shreds.
Right.
And so it does, the ocean, I mean, the deep, dark middle of the ocean does scare me just a little bit.
Yes.
Because there's so much unknown still to us today.
Yes.
That I'm like, oh. And then looking at the front of this book, I'm like, obviously it is like...
That's true. I do want to say, from the cover of this book, it doesn't seem like Antarctica to me.
Nor does it seem scary, because to me, this almost looks like let me sit on the beach and listen to the waves.
I mean, those are big crashing waves, but like...
Sure.
I mean, it's churning, that's for sure. But I don't know.
The colors aren't dark. I think that's why I don't feel like it was dark when I picked it up. And I didn't think it was a thriller when I picked it up out of the little library. And I was like, what about this one? And you're like, hey, yeah, let's try it. And a thriller. I'm like, okay, it's a thriller. Let's do it. So I'm excited.
Me too. So we're going to go start reading.
And start ranting.
And we'll remember that we're so approachable. Okay, the episode is over. Get reading.
But before you go, like, review, and subscribe.
Turn on notifications to get the alert when the full episode drops.
Follow us on Instagram and Facebook to see what we're reading next and join the conversation.
We're so excited to have you on board.
But as they nurse the woman, Rowan... What the crap is that?
That's your phone.
Oh, my.
That was aggressive.
My phone is on. She must have called me more than once. Okay, let's start that back over. Maybe you
just start with isolation.
Oh, my. I was like, what the crap?
It's a bomb shelter. Don't worry.
I was like, what the crap is that? Okay. Oh, right.